I take a box and I put some gas molecules on one side, and there's a partition holding them in that side. Then I remove this partition and I wait a little bit, then I know the gas fills up. That's like perfume leaking out of the bottle. Hot and cold, when mixed, will never separate back into hot and cold. A gas, that genie that got out of the bottle won't go back. This gas that came out won't go back. There's a whole lot of processes which we call irreversible. They never seem to happen backwards. They only happen forwards.
To say you can't have gas pressure in the midst of a vacuum without a solid container.
Yes. Yes, you're right. So if you have gas, it would expand into the vacuum, absolutely.
So do you know of any demonstrations of gas pressure in the middle of a vacuum without a solid barrier between the two?
No.
Talking about an ideal gas expanding against a vacuum.
The vacuum is, there's a zero medium, so everything's
You can
equally
drop,
more dense.
Objects.
Talking about an ideal gas expanding against a vacuum.
Thermodynamics stipulates that you can't have a gas pressure system in the midst of a vacuum. Like a high pressure always goes to low pressure.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So it has pressure and it just
goes out into the vacuum.
The root mean squared velocity of bromine gas at room temperature. The root mean squared velocity of bromine gas at room temperature can be calculated at around 200 meters per second. Lonnie can demonstrate that by allowing bromine gas to. The root mean squared velocity of bromine gas at room temperature can be calculated at around 200 meters per second. Lonnie can demonstrate that by allowing bromine gas to race down this raceway that he's produced. First, he'll fill one end of the flask with gaseous bromine, open a valve, and let it race to the other end of the flask. Here's one flask filled with bromine. Now watch carefully, this will happen fast as he opens up the valve and bromine races to the other flask. At 200 meters per second.